know what? One thing that I've seen Liberia did well. Liberia tried to have a gender balance. We have 3 ministers. They are ladies. Applaud this for, please. Meaning that Africa is changing. This is a very, very good day. And I think that when the president is here, we'll say to him what he has decided to do for Liberia. Liberia is today on the map of Africa, and I think that you have to applaud this. Maybe you want to say something? Yes. Yeah, my colleague.
Thank you, Dr. Tall. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you all. Thank you so much. It is a pleasing honor to be here as a co-moderator for the National Fisheries Investment Conference that is locally referred to in the Pele vernacular as Bongema. So it's Bongema. It is interpreted in English as group gathering. So before we came up with this name, the approval was given to us by the Ministry of Internal Affairs, now local government. So we are just going to normalize the conference today as Bongema. Can we just repeat that? Bongema.
Bongema.
So what that means again is group gathering. So we are gathered here for the National Fisheries Investment Conference. And you know, Bongema is not only a national convening, it is Liberia's message to the international community that we are opened, that we are prepared, and we are committed to building strategic alliances in the blue economy. Therefore, the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority and her partners are here today to engage all of us to support the blue economy on various thematic areas that are cataloged within the program that you have. For full access to the conference gathering of information here today, there's a designated website for that. It's nfrc2026.com. All of the highlights of Bongema, they are all being uploaded on the conference portal, nfrc2026.com. So it's a pleasing honor to be here with you, and I'll just quickly now turn over to the lead moderator to set the stage. Thank you very much.
You know, my family name is T-A-L-L, but you cannot say Tall. I am Tal, because it happens there are some people the family name is short. And I have a story once at the FAO office, sub-office in Addis Ababa. People were saying, Dr. Tall, Dr. Tall. And a Canadian came, are you Dr. Tall? I said, yes. He said, I'm dead. I said, why? He said, I'm Dr. Short. I said, that's your problem. If you are short, that's your problem. I'm Tal. Okay, just to tell you that how pleased we are to be here with you. And it happens that I was honored and very lucky to work with the Honorable Minister, Federal Minister of Nigeria. He is representing today 6 countries: Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Lome, Togo, Benin, and Nigeria, of course. And close to him, we have Honorable Minister from Ghana, well respected, like the previous minister. She is going everywhere to make sure the voice of Africa will be accepted in the international forum. Thank you so much, Emir. You are not applauding, why? If you don't applaud, no breakfast, no, nothing for you. I know that we have Honorable Minister. I'm not a minister, but I'm Dr. Tall. Yeah, he's laughing, the minister. And we have also 2 able ministers, women from Sierra Leone. One from the planning, and she will be showing the voice of Africa at the ministerial meeting in Tangier next week, I think. I brought her from Sierra Leone. Then we have her colleague from the Fisheries, ready to make sure that Sierra Leone will be self-sufficient for the fisheries. Am I right? Thank you so much, Madam Minister. You know, I'm Senegalese by nationality, but my background, I'm so mixed. I'm Senegalese, I'm Mauritanian, and also I'm Moroccan. So it's difficult to make problem on me because I can change from country to country. And the last 5 years I was at ECOWAS with Nigeria, and they adopted me. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for adopting me in your country. We have also the DG from the National Research Center for Fisheries of Morocco. He would be speaking on the name of the Minister of Fisheries of Morocco, who couldn't come at the last minute. She said that she will not attend, and it is not bad for us because Morocco did the survey, the Fisheries Research Survey of Liberia and Benin. And this conference is an occasion for you, for Sierra Leone, for Ghana, and also for Nigeria to have exchanges and make sure that the research vessel can come and then do a job for you here. And I'm quite sure that Morocco, you are happy and you agree with that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Morocco. And I don't forget my sister, Ima. Ima went to Abidjan for 3 weeks, I think, to learn French. So we'll give you the floor. You will be speaking French today here to make sure that you learn your lessons and you merit your diploma that you received from Cote d'Ivoire. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, you see how we have 210 seats in this conference, and you see people are still out. There is a great attendance, Cyrus. You stand up because people, they don't know you. I want you to be seen by them. Please, welcome him warmly. Thank you, Cyrus. You know, he went to Morocco in February. We had the Seafood for Africa conference, and he attended. You are going? Okay. Your boss told you better run. No, we were in Morocco, Seafood for Africa conference, and he delivered a very, very important speech, and then people were very happy. We have UNDP, my country-mate from Senegal. I will not talk about Senegal, but I will talk about UNDP. Do you know that the equivalent of UNDP in Africa, it is NEPAD? We have NEPAD based in Pretoria, in South Africa, trying to make sure that all the different strategies, policies for Africa will be implemented. Thank you for coming, Mr. Jack. In the first row, we have different ministers from the government of Liberia. You are hosting us. You receive us very warmly. We don't complain. The hotel is good, and the people, the protocol is doing the job correctly. Nobody is lost. Thank you so much. Ministers, thank you. So I give you the floor. You come back, please.
Thank you very much. We'd just like to go through a list of partners who made our gathering here today possible. To begin with, the World Bank. Obviously, our gathering here today is being sponsored under the World Bank project, the Liberia Sustainable Management of Fisheries project that is being managed by the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen in this hall here today, the World Bank is represented by its country manager, Ms. Georgia Walling. Thank you. Thank you. Now, with the affairs of the Liberia Sustainable Management of Fisheries project, leading this unique project, I'm also pleased to recognize the tax team lead of the World Bank, who is the focal point of the LSMFP for short, Ms. Hungao Mugala. Thank you. Thank you so much. And all of the amazing team at the World Bank who say thank you. And our list of partners continues. So we have Orange Money in Orange, Liberia. Interestingly, today NAVA will be signing a partnership agreement with Orange. So you see the guys with the orange cap and the orange boot outside. It will go to tour our marketplace. They are designated tour guides that will tell you about the amazing things that they are doing at Orange, Liberia. If you do not have a local SIM card, please just signal to us. Our Orange team will be able to provide you internet and a local SIM card. So thank you, Orange. ProBlue. Thank you. Thank you very much. Our partner ProBlue, that's why they were so instrumental of us being here today. And we do not want to ignore your support. We say thank you. Then let's continue. The UNDP. The UNDP was so instrumental in our gathering here today. And on behalf of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, through the Liberia Sustainable Management of Fisheries project, we are thankful to UNDP and the rest of the partners for supporting this initiative. Thank you so much. Along the way throughout the planning process, there were partners that kept coming in based on the publicity and the rest of the things that NAVA was doing. And we do not also want to ignore the presence of the Catholic Relief Services. Thank you so much for your support to the National Fisheries Investment Conference. Thank you. Global Gateway and the EU. Thank you, the EU. Thank you so much for your support to the Fisheries Investment Conference. OPEC Fund. OPEC, if you go outside in our marketplace, there are a lot of species that are on display. These ideas were supported by the OPEC Fund that is being managed by NAFA. I want to say thank you to the leadership. Our list of partners continues as well. The Liberia Maritime Authority. The Liberia Maritime Authority was also instrumental in showing that we all gathered here today for Bongema 2026. And we say thank you to the Liberia Maritime Authority for that. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are also pleased as well to the FAO. The FAO was so instrumental in our gathering here today. And we want to say thank you. Thank you so much. All of the ideas, all of the strategic points, all of the gateways towards our blue economy, they were all discussed in a very small room with a very unique group. We'll just officially ask that all of the steering committee members, as the multi-steering committee members from various institutions of government, to please stand as we all just recognize them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to NOCAD, the CBL, the Ministry of Defense, the Liberia Business Registry. The names will keep coming as I will keep announcing that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of State, and the rest of you, the Liberia Maritime Authority, the National Port Authority, will say thank you all. Thank you all very much. And we are just very happy that all of you will be in our midst here today. We are also pleased to announce that almost all of the local media in Liberia, they are currently carrying this Fisheries Investment Conference live on a various platforms. And we want to recognize our media colleagues who are here today. So just do your best. The hashtag for this conference is Bongema 2026. Once you use that hashtag, all of the updates about your gathering here today, they will all be brought to you online. So please just use the hashtag. If you're uploading your videos, your photos from today's conference, it's Bongema 2026. I want to say thanks to our amazing media team who are just behind the scene and showing that all of the highlights from our conference here today, they go global. And our interpreters as well, they are also here. So in case you need any assistance, just signal to the protocol team to be able to help you with the interpretation. Along the way, there are strategic documentations that will be signed today. As the process will be ongoing, there are short videos to explain briefly about these documentations that will be signed today. For example, the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority will be signing a public-private partnership agreement that will be done here today. Additionally, NAFAD is going into a partnership with Orange Money, and that agreement will also be signed here today. Most of you that were here in Liberia 2 weeks ago benefited from our fish market day in partnership with Orange Liberia. So the highlights of our engagement prior to this partnership signing today will all be shown here so that you see what we've been doing behind the scene ahead of this day. Additionally, we have a Rabasburg cluster, fishing cluster. So that agreement as well will also be signed here today. That will show that NAFAD is on top of PPP arrangement. So ahead of the signing ceremony, to turn over officially the Rabasburg cluster, there is a short video that has been compiled. And as we proceed with the activities of the conference here today, that video will also be played. As you can recall as well, just on January, during the official affairs, the State of the Nation affairs by His Excellency, he mentioned specifically the arrival of the country's first salmon industrial fishing vessel. And the vessel is known locally as Sea King. It is also in the Creole vernacular as Seco. And Seco in English means Sea King. So, that vessel as well in the arrangement concerning the PVP activity will also be projected here for you so that you see what the vessel means for our value chain when it comes to fisheries in Liberia. So these are all strategic documentations that will be signed here today. And as we go along, there are a lot of testimonials that we get from students for the University of Liberia Fisheries College. And just for information, the Fisheries College was built by the Liberia Sustainable Management of Fisheries Project through NAFAD, and with support from the World Bank as well. We have a Fisheries College. So we want to say thanks again to the World Bank. And a student from the Fisheries College is being featured at the National Fisheries Investment Conference here today. So we have a short video for him so that we'll listen to his testimony and see where fisheries is taking Liberia. So that video will also be projected here for you as we go along. Documentation from women who receive grants to be able to improve their businesses in Monrovia County, in Grand Cape Mount County, in Margibi, and in Grand Bassa County. These testimonials will be played as we go along with Monrovia 2026. But do your best as we'll be going out after the opening formality. We'll have a marketplace so that you see the various species that we have here in our Liberian waters. That shows that Liberia is prepared as we go into investment. Additionally, we have Fantine and Creole canoes that were manufactured here locally by the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority. So these fishing canoes, they are outside. Please do your best and see how they were built as we go along as well with Monrovia 2026. So they are in two categories. We have the crew and the Fantine. Additionally, we just want to recognize a very unique group of people. Okay. Thank you. So it's now over to the Chief of Protocol.
The President of Liberia. Yes? 5 minutes. Okay.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor at this time to announce the arrival of His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai, Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia.
His Excellency President Joseph Numa Boakai, you are welcome. Thank you for coming. Honorable Cabinet members, Honorable Ministers from Ghana, from Morocco, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone, Honorable Senators, representative of National Legislature, distinguished esteemed members of the Diplomatic Corps, and the development partners, respected traditional chiefs and leaders of coastal communities, distinguished colleagues and fellows, experts in fisheries governance and blue economy, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol respected, you are most welcome to this. Honorable, His Excellency, I am Dr. Amadou Tal from Senegal, and I have the honor of serving as your lead moderator for today's proceedings. I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, Mrs. Ruth Batowe, Communication Officer from Liberia. His Excellency, it is with profound humility and great honor that I stand before you this morning as lead moderator to welcome you to this landmark assembly, the National Fisheries Investment Conference, NFIC 2026. We convene under the local nomenclature Pongema, a Kipele term signifying a purposeful gathering or a collective assembly for high-level deliberation. I'm also honored to extend my deepest gratitude to His Excellency the President for his visionary leadership, which permitted to prioritize blue economy as a fundamental pillar of the RS agenda for inclusive development. Today, we gather beneath the banner of a noble aspiration, unlocking blue horizons, the future of fisheries and blue economy. This conference marks a watershed moment. It is not merely a theme, it is a declaration of intent, a promise to future generations that we shall steward the bounties of the sea with wisdom, equity, and foresight. Your Excellency, I seek authorization to introduce the speakers of the opening ceremony before giving the floor for the opening. Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to welcome Dr. General Cyrus Saigwe, National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, NAFA, to deliver the welcome address. Please welcome him very warmly.
Bongema is here. Your Excellency, Joseph Human Boycott Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, the Chairman and members of the Senate and House Committees on Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries, the Chairman and members of the Board of Directors of NAFA, members of the Cabinet and senior government officials here present, the Chairman of the Fisheries Committee for the West and Central Gulf of Guinea, who is also the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Honorable Adipoka Oyatola, the Honorable Emilia Atta, Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development of the Republic of Ghana, the Honorable Princess Doba, Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources of the Republic of Sierra Leone, the Honorable Zakia Darouche, being represented here today by Dr. Mohamed Naji, who is the Director of National Institute of Research from Morocco. I will be remiss if I do not recognize in a very special way my own mentor and former boss, Honorable Kenya Laura Bade, Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Republic of Sierra Leone, who was my direct supervisor during our 7 years of service with the United Nations. Welcome, Honorable Minister. Madam Georgia Wallen, Country Manager, World Bank Group, Liberia. Mr. Galis Mataria, Team Leader of the Green Team of the European Union. Mr. Aliou Amadou Dia, Resident Representative of the United Nations Development Program, our esteemed development partners and diplomatic folks, captains of industries, investors, and our partners here present, our various panelists from 21 different countries around the world. So excited to have you here today. Representatives of the artisanal fishing communities, fishmongers and youth leaders, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, we say Bongema is here. A very good morning to all of you. On behalf of the government of Liberia and under the directive of the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Human Boycott Sr., it is my profound honor and privilege to welcome you to this historic and pivotal gathering, the inaugural National Fisheries Investment Conference under the theme, Unlocking the Blue Horizons, the Future of Fisheries and the Blue Economy. Today we are also excited to have the former Director General of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority here with us, Madam Emma Mirta Glasgow. Thank you for coming. We are assembled here with a singular transformative purpose to collectively unlock the immense blue horizons of our nation. We gather not just to discuss fisheries, but to chart a course of national prosperity, profound founded on the sustainable equity use of our ocean, our rivers, and our lakes. Today, we move from potential to plan, and from plan to action. Liberia is a maritime nation. Our sovereign waters stretch up to 200 nautical miles into the Atlantic, encompassing some of the richest species grounds in the Gulf of Guinea. Our 579-kilometer coastline with its estuaries, lagoons, and mangroves serves as nursery ground for over 254,000 metric tons of diverse and 94,000 metric tons of pelagic marine species. Our 6 major rivers and the lakes offer vast untapped potential. This is our natural capital, a God-given endowment that holds the key to feed our nation, empowering our youth, and also financing the development of our country. For generations, our coastal communities have lived in harmony with the sea. Artisanal fishers, predominantly our women processors and traders, have formed the backbone of our sector, ensuring protein on our tables and sustaining local economies. We salute their resilience, yet we must acknowledge the hard truth. For too long, the full value of this blue bounty has not been captured by the Liberian people. Illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing has plundered our stocks. We have sung this song for ages. That is why Liberia is going beyond and above with artificial intelligence to defeat IUU. Limited processing capacity means we export raw materials and import expensive fish products. Our infrastructure, from landing sites to cold storage, requires urgent modernization. This conference is our collective decision to end this era. This conference is not just an isolated event. It is the direct and strategic implementation vehicle for the Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development. It is how we as Liberians and as a sector will create jobs and livelihoods our president has prioritized. It is our pathway to economic empowerment and social coastal counties. Furthermore, we are aligning with higher continental ambitions, the African Union Blue Economy Strategy and the ECOWAS Fisheries Policy Framework. By doing so, we position Liberia not as bystander, but as the leader in the sustainable blue economy movement in West Africa. We are also squarely committed to achieving Sustainable Development Goal 14, life below water, recognizing that a healthy ocean is the prerequisite of a prosperous economy. One may ask, why Liberia? Why now? To our esteemed investors and partners, both national and international, I present the compelling investment case for Liberia's blue economy. First, we offer unparalleled resource potential. Beyond our rich pelagic stocks, our inshore waters and inland potentials for aquaculture, both marine and freshwater, are vastly underexploited. The opportunity of value addition through modern processing plants, smoke fish technology, and byproduct utilization is a multi-million-dollar frontier. Second, we offer the political will and reform. Under the leadership of His Excellency President of the Republic of Liberia, this government has created an enabling environment for you, private sector, to thrive. And we intend to sustain such atmosphere because we are very cognizant that out of every 10 jobs, 9 are provided by the private sector. As a government, we are here to listen and act. Third, we offer strategic advantage. Our proximity to regional markets, our membership in ECOWAS and the African Continental Free Trade Area, and our status as the nation make us a strategic hub for fisheries and maritime logistics in the region. Fourth, we offer partnership. We are not asking you to walk this path alone. We are committed to public-private partnerships. The government will focus on providing the essential public goods, robust governance, science-based management, critical infrastructure like secure land sites and power, and maintaining peace and security. We invite you and the private sector to bring your capital, innovation, technology, and management expertise. Today, Liberia presents three bankable proposals as follows. The Liberia Industrial Fishing Harbor, with integrated quality and cold chain systems and dry dock that will include a modern fisheries port and floating dry dock, regional landing sites, modernization area, and a national cold chain for ice production network. Second, the Liberia Industrial Fishing Fleet that will allow the country to invest in the purchase of industrial and more semi-industrial vessels that will be outsourced to private companies. Third, the Liberia Industrial Integrated Aquaculture and Inland Fisheries off-taker farms. This is very intentional and deliberate measure to reduce the pressure on our marine ocean. Therefore, my welcome address today is to call to action for every stakeholder in this room. To our partners, align your support with our homegrown Liberia Blue Economy Investment Roadmap and our 10-year fisheries management strategic plan that will be launched today, our public-private partner strategy, and our investment plan. To our banking and financial sector, develop creative financial products for this sector. See our fishers, our processors, and our aquaculture entrepreneurs as a viable client they are. To the private sector partners, look beyond the short term. See the strategic long-term opportunity. Bring your proposals, your expertise, and your capital. Let us build these products together. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we draw this welcome address to a close, let me once again recognize the remarkable gathering before us today. Delegates from 21 countries, including fisheries and development planning ministers, industry experts, investors, policymakers, and value partners. Your presence here signals a shared commitment to shaping the future of our oceans and the communities that we depend on. Today marks a defining moment for Liberia as we launch our 10-year strategic plan and other essential documents for our sector that will see us going a long way forward. During this conference, you will also experience firsthand the promise of our sector through visits to the Blue Marketplace, showcasing our rich marine resources, high-value species, processed fish products, aquaculture technologies, innovative fish and solutions, and inspiring work of youth-led fisheries enterprises. The tide of history is with us. Across the globe, there is a decisive shift towards sustainable ocean economies, and Liberia stands ready to ride that wave. We are especially honored to host leading seafood processing, packaging, and export companies from Africa, Europe, Asia, and the Americas, partners whose expertise and investment will help transform ambition into reality. We are determined that this conference will drive more than words and deliver what we act on. We aim to leave here with concrete outcomes, signed memoranda and understandings, binding agreements, investment pledges, and above all, a renewed spirit for collaboration. The horizon before us is blue, and it is bright. It promises shared prosperity, dignified livelihoods, national food security, and responsible environment stewardship. Welcome to Liberia's Blue Horizon. Welcome to the largest fisheries bongema in post-war Liberia. Welcome to the National Fisheries Investment Plan. Together, let us unlock this potential. Thank you.
I think he deserves another round of applause. Please. You did so well, and you put on paper really the strategy, the policy, the vision of His Excellency the President. We are so proud. Thank you so much. Now we are going to give the floor to the representative of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Liberia. They didn't put your name. Thank you. Welcome you warmly. Ibrahim, yes. You know Ibrahim is the friend of God. So we are all blessed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tar, Dr. Tar.
No problem.
And actually it was a lesson because I have other friends who are T-A-L-L and I will always say Tar, but thank you. Your Excellency, President Joseph Newman Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, honorable officials of government, development partners, leaders of the private sector, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to greet you on behalf of my boss, Madam Cyril Nyanti, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Liberia, who was unable to attend this event due to other crucial national engagements requiring her immediate attention. She, however, extends her apologies for unavoidable absence. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs considers this remarkable event as a crucial part of our economic diplomacy strategy. When President Joseph Newman Boakai declared Liberia as ready for business, he was deliberate about outlining Liberia's international partnership strategy and ensuring that Liberia builds cooperation framework that ensures we attract investment and credible partnership for more projects in our country. So for us at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the President's declaration is a task of both economic planning and diplomacy. Hence, our economic diplomacy strategy aims at leveraging diplomatic relations to attract trade and investment to our country. In fulfillment of the President's mandate, we launched the rebranding and repositioning initiative in 2024 to promote positive stories and images of our country and its investment potentials in all sectors, including fishery. Over the last 2 years, we have signed numerous bilateral agreements in the field of trade, investment, and avoidance of double taxation. These arrangements provide for free trade experience sharing and reciprocal tariff arrangements and tax incentives that attract investors. We have particularly emphasized specific cooperation in the areas of maritime governance and fisheries with coastal countries similarly involved with large-scale industrial fishing programs such as Morocco, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, People's Republic of China, Barbados, Namibia, among others. Also part of our economic diplomacy strategy, we seek to promote partnership at 3 fronts: government to government, business to business, and government to business. With participants here today coming from all these sectors, we hope this conference will establish durable partnership across all 3 areas of this strategy. Thus, this gathering marked a pivotal milestone in Liberia's effort to reform its fisheries and aquaculture sector, thereby establishing a fundamental component of sustainable development, food security, and economic resilience. On this note, we'd like to state here that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs stands ready to support all initiatives of this nature, and particularly to work with the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority to promote more partnership in the areas of trade, in fisheries, and maritime affairs. I would like to thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we have the honor to call upon the Chair of the Ministers of the FCWC, Honorable Minister from the Federal Republic of Nigeria. With your welcome.
Your Excellency, President of Liberia, President Joseph Boakai, it's nice to see you again, Your Excellency. fellow ministers, presidents, General National Fisheries and Agriculture Authority, Liberia, other senior officials that are here, invited guests, members of the press, esteemed ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure to participate in this important National Fisheries Investment Conference. I wish to sincerely thank the government and the people of Liberia, and in particular, the Director General of the National Fisheries and Agriculture Authority, as well as the immediate past chairman of the FCWC Ministerial Committee for the kind invitation extended to Nigeria to be part of this strategic gathering. This conference comes at a critical time for our region, as it highlights the past opportunities within our fisheries sector and the broader economy opportunities that can be unlocked through strategic investment, sound governance, and strong regional collaboration. Across West and Central Africa, fisheries and agriculture remain vital to food security, livelihoods, employment, and economic growth. Millions depend on the sector for income and sustenance, while fish continues to be one of the most affordable sources of animal protein for our people. Yet, despite our rich marine and inland water resources, the sector continues to face significant challenges. These include declining fish stocks in some areas, limited investment, inadequate cold chain infrastructure, weak value chains, and constrained access to finance and modern technology. It is therefore commendable that Liberia has convened this conference with a focus on unlocking investment opportunities in fisheries and the blue economy. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, unlocking the future of fisheries and the blue economy requires focus on three key priorities. First, sustainability. Our oceans, rivers, and coastal ecosystem must be carefully managed through responsible practices, science-based policies, and effective monitoring and enforcement. Without sustainability, long-term benefits cannot be achieved. Second, investment. There's a clear need to scale up investment across the fishery value chain, from capture fisheries to aquaculture, processing, cold chain logistics, feed production, research, and export-oriented value addition. With the right policies and investment climate, the sector can deliver strong economic returns and create jobs, especially for young people. Achieving this will require close partnership between government, development partners, and the private sector. Third, regional cooperation. Fish stocks do not recognize national boundaries, and no single country can tackle illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing alone. Stronger collaboration, particularly through regional platforms such as the FCWC, is essential for effective governance, responsible management, and coordinated enforcement. In my capacity as chairman of the FCWC Ministerial Committee, I reaffirm our commitment to strengthening regional cooperation, combating illegal fishing, and promoting sustainable use of our shared marine resources. The FCWC continues to implement critical regional initiatives to support both investment and sustainable governance. These include the FCWC Regional Record of Fishing Vessels, with Nigeria as the pilot country, as well as the coordinated patrols, information sharing, and capacity building efforts under the programs such as WhatsApp and WATF. The committee is also promoting the harmonization of fishery standards and facilitating trade among member states with the aim of improving market access, strengthening value chains, and creating a more practical and predictable and investment-friendly environment. In addition, the FCWC works closely with key partners, including the International Union for Conservation of Nature, to support conservation and sustainable resource management. Members such as Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Togo have taken commendable steps by implementing closed fishing seasons to support stock recovery. Nigeria has taken deliberate steps in recent years to reposition fisheries and agriculture as key drivers of the blue economy under the leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, Our focus is clear: to increase local fish production, reduce import dependence, and create a more attractive environment for investment. To support this, the government has strengthened regulatory frameworks, supported domestic production, and opened opportunities across the value chain. These efforts are yielding results. Nigeria successfully met the requirement of the Turtle Excluder Device certification by the United States in 2024, ensuring continuing access to streams export. We have also maintained consistent approval of our aquaculture residual monitoring and control plan since 2019. At the same time, Nigeria is addressing broader blue economy challenges. We are tackling marine pollution, including the removal of marine litter and water icing, improving port reception facilities, and promoting cleaner shipping and renewable energy. In maritime security, Nigeria has maintained a zero piracy record in its waters and reduced incidents across the Gulf of Guinea across the past 3 years under its globally acclaimed Deep Blue project. This has strengthened investor confidence. We're also modernizing the port infrastructure in Lagos with plans to extend improvements nationwide. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, building the future of fisheries also requires investment in people. Capacity development, research, innovation, and technology will be essential in creating a modern, competitive, and sustainable sector. The opportunities in African fisheries and agriculture sector are immense. With the right policies and investment, we can increase production, reduce imports, create jobs, and boost export earnings. I commend the government of Liberia for organizing this conference and for providing a platform that brings together investors, policymakers, and development partners. Nigeria has been committed to working closely with Liberia and other countries in the region to advance sustainable fisheries development, strengthen regional cooperation, and unlock the full potential of the economy. I wish you all productive celebration and very successful conference. Thank you.
Thank you, the chairperson of the FCWC, the Fisheries Commission for the West and Central Gulf of Guinea. Now I will be calling Mrs. Kenya Laura Baley, the Minister of Planning and Economic Development from the Republic of Sierra Leone. Please welcome her to the podium.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Numa Boakai Sr., all ministers from neighboring countries, and Mr. Moderator, I would like to acknowledge the Director General of the National Fish Aquaculture and Fisheries Authority, and permit me now to stand on all protocols established this morning due to the exigencies of time. And I would like to say good morning to you all. Your Excellency President, may I at the outset convey warm greetings from His Excellency the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, retired Brigadier General Dr. Julius Maada Bio, who said that I should extend his personal greetings to you. I would also like to thank you for inviting me to make remarks at this gathering. Branded Pongema, the coming together of minds to unlock the true potential of Liberia's blue economy. I am optimistic, though, that both our countries can learn from each other and synergistically unlock the blue economy potential of both our sisterly states. This Pongaima comes at a critical moment for our sub-region. And the fact that you have invited Sierra Leone and other countries in the region to attend this meeting reflects our shared recognition of our oceans and aquatic resources, that they are not only an ecological asset, but also powerful engines for economic transformation, investment, and sustainable development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Sierra Leone, like Liberia, is richly endowed with oceanic and aquatic resources. Our coastline, the coastline of Sierra Leone, 402 kilometers, and Liberia's coastline, 580 kilometers. Cyrus, I heard you say 579, I'm giving you an extra kilometer, form a contiguous coastline of just under 1,000 kilometers. This 1,000 kilometers possesses immense potential across fisheries, aquaculture, maritime transport, coastal tourism, renewable ocean energy, and marine ecosystems. For Sierra Leone, the blue economy is not just a theoretical aspiration. It is a practical and strategic pathway for national transformation. And my ministry, the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, coordinated the development of the Sierra Leone Blue Economy Strategy, which is our national blueprint for harnessing ocean resources for inclusive protection. This strategy was launched in November 2024. And I learned from literature yesterday, coincidentally, that the Liberia Blue Economy Strategy was validated in December 2024, 1 month after us. Excellencies, distinguished participants, indeed, there are evident similarities between our two countries in the fisheries and the blue economy sectors. And there are just 4 areas in particular that I would like to mention, because I believe I only have 5 minutes. There were a number of other areas, so I'll just briefly go into these. And I think I only have 2 minutes left. First, the fisheries sector is central to the livelihoods and food security of the populace of both our countries. In Sierra Leone alone, fisheries alone supports the lives of 25% of the population and provides over 90% of animal protein in the country. For Liberia, due to the underlying challenges, I found out that the sector only supports 6 to 7% of the population, and fish approximately provides 15% of Liberia's animal protein. This, it is clear, is not enough. And what I did also find out that it's interesting to note that Liberia, and I quote a study that was done, has one of the richest diversified fishing economies, but consumes the least in fish protein compared to all of the neighboring countries. 5 to 10% it records for Liberia, whilst in Sierra Leone, Senegal, Ghana, and other West African countries is over 20%. We need to do something about this. The second strategic factor is that the fisheries and the blue economy sectors present significant opportunities for economic diversification and investment. Beyond traditional fisheries, both Sierra Leone and Liberia are expanding into aquaculture, marine biotechnology, and coastal tourism. Sierra Leone is further exploring ocean-based renewables, whilst Liberia has not ventured into this area yet, but is currently focused on direct not ventured into the area of accessing direct ocean-based energy, but is concentrating on conservation for the time being. but we want to welcome you into that area when you're ready to go into the area. But this leads to the third area where the blue economy is strategic for national transformation, is that it's critical for climate resilience. Our mangroves and coastal ecosystems serve as national buffers to climate shocks and also contribute to carbon sequestration. The fourth and final area is that we are transforming our harbors. Sierra Leone's deep natural harbors and also Liberia's 4 harbors in which the country is engaged in strengthening and expanding these harbors. And these position both countries to handle increased regional trade, positioning us to become regional maritime trade and logistic hubs in West Africa. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for us, what makes this conference particularly important is its strong focus on investment mobilization. Sierra Leone has come up with bankable projects in 4 areas: regional cabotage and maritime transportation within the Mano River Union and beyond, shipyard development and marine infrastructure, climate-smart integrated ag-tech systems with agriculture and with aquaculture components, and sustainable coastal tourism development and renewable energy solutions within the coastal and marine ecosystems. It is our hope that we can collaborate with Liberia in developing regional initiatives in some of these areas. Indeed, given that Liberia and Sierra Leone share not only geography, but also a common vision for sustainable and inclusive development, we are bound by our contiguous marine systems, shared fish stock, and interconnected maritime space. Your Excellency, distinguished participants, at this conference, we can start exploring ways that we can strengthen our partnership in harnessing the blue economy space beyond our 2 countries and the Mano River Union as a whole. It is my firm belief, by working together, we can unlock economies of scale, attract greater investment, and strengthen regional value chains. So I look forward to Pongema between Sierra Leone and Liberia. I would like to thank you all for your kind attention. And since we are speaking Pele, I would also like to thank you in Pele. Ishe to you all. Thank you.
That's good, because Pongema is now known by everybody, even though they are not from Liberia. Thank you so much. Now I'm calling the representative of the Honorable Minister, Jakia Driwish from Morocco, represented by Mohamed Najib. Welcome him, please.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Mr. President of the Republic of Liberia, Excellencies, Honorable Ministries, distinguished representatives of international organizations, distinguished guests. It's a great honor for me to address you today on behalf of His or Her Excellency, the Secretary of State in charge of Fisheries, Ms. Zakia Driwish, on the occasion of the opening ceremony of the International Conference on Investments in the Fisheries sector held here in Monrovia. Allow me first to convey to you the distinguished greeting of Her Excellency the Secretary of State, who attaches great importance to this event and regrets not to be able to be present among us today. I would also like to express our sincere thanks to the Liberian authorities for their warm hospitality and for organizing this important conference, led by the government of Liberia through the National Fisheries and Aquaculture authorities. This initiative reflects Liberia's strong commitment to fully harnessing the potential of its fisheries sector. Ladies and gentlemen, this conference represents a major opportunity to promote Liberia's economic potential and attract new partners. It provides a strategic platform to highlight investment opportunities in the fisheries sector and to encourage foreign investment with a view to achieving sustainable and inclusive development. Today, the fisheries sector is a key driver of food security, job creation, and economic growth, particularly in Africa. It's fully aligned with the blue economy approach, which offers new development prospects of our countries. However, the challenges related to climate change, increasing pressure on resources, and the preservation of marine ecosystems require us to rethink our approaches and to steer investments towards more sustainable, resilient, and innovative models. The Kingdom of Morocco, drawing on its experience in developing the fisheries sector, has undertaken structural reforms aimed at modernizing infrastructure, strengthening the sustainable management of resources, and enhancing the value of seafood products. In this context, the National Institute of Fisheries Research plays a central role in scientific research monitoring, and decision-making support for sustainable management. It also contributes to the promotion of scientific cooperation and the sharing of expertise. In this regard, the assessment survey conducted in 2024 in Liberian waters by the Inraj oceanographic vessel Al-Hassan Al-Murakushi stands as a concrete example of this cooperation. We firmly believe that international cooperation, the sharing of expertise, and the development of strategic partnerships are essential drivers to support countries in the sustainable development of their fisheries resources. In this respect, Morocco reaffirms its commitment to strengthening cooperation with government of Liberia and with African countries also, particularly through capacity building, scientific research, and the implementation of structuring projects in the field of fisheries and aquaculture. I sincerely hope that this conference will lead to the establishment of fruitful partnerships and mobilizing of investments commensurate with our shade. I extremely believe, our friend, to what you are underlying, Africa first, Africa أولا in Arabic. Wish you every success, and I will thank you for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm the honorable representative of the Minister Zakia, and I think the DG of NAFA will be very happy because he came with concrete statement for the cooperation between Liberia and Morocco, and also Sierra Leone also is open to cooperation, which is good. This statement is really very appreciated by us. Now I'm going to call upon the Honorable Minister Emilia Arthur from Ghana.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to also stand on protocols very well established already. I bring you warm fraternal greetings from the people and government of the Republic of Ghana, and I thank you for the honor of being part of this important and historic moment in Liberia's national journey. It is indeed a privilege to join you at the National Fisheries Investment Conference Liberia 2026, convened under the timely and forward-looking theme, Unlocking the Blue Horizon, the Future of Fisheries and the Blue Economy. Excellencies, the choice of this theme could not be more appropriate, because today is not just about a conference. It is about a country making a declaration of intent. A declaration that Liberia is claiming its rightful place in shaping Africa's maritime future. A declaration that the blue economy is not merely an opportunity to be discussed, but a future to be built. Indeed, there have been too many discussions on this continent. We are acting now. And Your Excellency, in this noble journey Liberia is embarking, Ghana stands with Liberia. Not only as a neighbor, not only as a partner, but as a fellow traveler on the path of transformation. History teaches us that nations rise when they recognize the true value of their natural endowments. And Liberia has a lot of national endowments. And upon that recognition, summon the courage to organize around them. This meeting is a sign of courage to organize around Liberia's own natural resources. And Ghana is glad to be standing here with you. Liberia's vast marine resources, rich inland waters, and strategic Atlantic coastline are not new discoveries. What is new is the clarity of vision and the resolve to transform these assets into prosperity, sustainability, and national resilience. This is what makes this moment significant. Liberia is not discovering its potential. Liberia is choosing to unlock its blue horizon. The blue economy is not the future of Africa. It is the present opportunity we can no longer afford to delay. Distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, Ghana's own journey toward building a national blue economy has taught us an important lesson. Transformation does not happen by chance. It happens by design. And I applaud you for your 10-year development plan. Well done. Our journey began with a fundamental question. How do we move from isolated sectoral intervention to a coherent national blue economy? Our answer was simple, but demanding. Policy alignment, scientific evidence, stakeholder ownership, and above all, political commitment. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with immense pride that at this meeting we have the leader of this country, Liberia, the president, sitting here. What more signifies political commitment than this? I think all Liberians here can applaud for yourselves better than you are doing. My 5 minutes is taken away. We therefore embarked on an extensive national consultation process, bringing together government institutions, academia, development partners, the private sector, and coastal and fishing communities, as well as inland communities. A considerable number of stakeholders contributed to shaping a national vision rooted in evidence, realism, and collective ownership. From the process emerged Ghana's National Blue Economy Strategy, which was informed by the ECOWAS and AU blueprint. And at this moment, I'd like to highly commend AU IBAR for their role in helping us shape our Blue Economy Strategy. And of course, Dr. Tam. So here you have one citizen of Africa who is not only influencing his country, Senegal, but is influencing all of Africa when it comes to this subject. A round of applause for Dr. Tam. And so our Blue Economy Strategy has 6 core strategic priorities. And as I said, we did not only look at blue economy focusing on marine, on the ocean, we also looked at the many riverine bodies that we have that all connect and flow eventually into the ocean. Blue wealth, that looks at all the sectors that bring in the money. Blue health, that we need a healthy ecosystems so that the blue economy will work. And one of the things we are doing now, in 2 weeks from now, Ghana is declaring its first marine protected area as part of our management measures to a healthy ecosystem. We also have blue knowledge that is looking into research, innovation, and actually educating this generation and younger generation on blue economy and blue finance. And I think that's why we are here this morning. Investment in the blue economy and blue equity, looking at indigenous knowledge as well as contemporary science, information and knowledge, and not leaving anybody behind. And obviously, blue safety and security. I was very happy when my colleague from Nigeria was saying that they have dealt with piracy. There's been no piracy on their waters. Unfortunately, we are experiencing piracy. So let's share the assets you have that you have used to deal with piracy. I'm sure because you've dealt it so well, that's why they are coming into our waters. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, the President of Liberia, together these are not simply policy themes. They represent a national architecture for balancing prosperity, sustainability, and justice. But we also recognize something even more important. Vision must be matched by structure, and structure must be protected by law. A blue economy without strong institutions is only an aspiration. A blue economy with strong institutions becomes a national transformation. That is why Ghana deliberately moved from vision to institutions. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Liberia stands today at a point of advantage, not because the journey is easy, but because the pathway is clearer than ever before. You have the opportunity not only to learn, but to adapt, not only to follow, but to innovate, not only to participate, but to lead. And if there's one lesson Ghana would humbly share, it is this: never forget that the true measure of the blue economy is not the value of the resource, but the well-being of her people. We can't do all this and the lives of our citizens do not change. The true wealth of the blue economy is not what we take from the ocean, but what we build for our people because of it. Excellencies, as we look ahead, one reality is undeniable. Our destinies along the Atlantic are intertwined. Our waters connect us. Our fish stocks connect us. Our climate risks connect us, and increasingly, our economic futures will connect us. This is why Ghana believes regional cooperation is not optional. It is inevitable. Together, Liberia and Ghana, and indeed West Africa, can build a blue economy that is not extractive, but regenerative, not fragmented, but coordinated. not short-term, but intergenerational. Excellencies, the blue economy is not only about what lies beneath our waters, it is about what we build above them. It is about jobs. It is about food security. It is about resilience. It is about dignity. It is about legacy. Ghana is committed, and together we can help transform the West African coastline into a corridor of opportunity, a zone of stability, and a model of sustainable blue prosperity. And so, as this National Fisheries Investment Conference Liberia calls on us to unlock the blue horizon, let us remember, the horizon is not a distant line. It is an invitation to lead, an invitation to collaborate, an invitation to invest, an invitation to build something worthy of the generations that will come after us. Let history record that when this moment came, we did not hesitate. We did not fragment as Africa. We did not look inward as individual countries. Rather, we chose partnership. We chose vision. We chose the future. Africa's blue horizon will not be unlocked by geography alone. It will be unlocked by leadership, partnership, and courage. And we choose to unlock it together. Thank you.
Can you please give a second round of applause, please? Usually we said when you have two, you can have three. So we have another one. Please. Thank you so much. Africa is winning. Now we are going to call upon Honorable Princess Dogba from Sierra Leone, Minister of Fisheries.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. A heartfelt greetings from His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio to his dear brother, the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Joseph Boakai. His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, the Director General of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority of Liberia, Mr. J. Cyrus Sebe Sr., all protocols duly observed. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I am most delighted to participate in the National Fisheries Investment Conference of Liberia with the theme Unlocking Blue Horizons and Investing in Liberia's Fisheries and Aquaculture Future. This Fisheries Investment Conference is timely, as Africa has just commenced the important journey of implementing their national blue economy strategies, anchored on the African Union Blue Economy Strategy. This journey can only be productive when African states come together to learn from each other and collaborate with other development partners to unlock the wealth from our blue economy endowment. Mr. Chair, Your Excellency, President Joseph Boakai, distinguished delegates, the fisheries sector in our various countries remains an important part of the trajectory for unlocking the blue horizons. The fish resources in Africa, including those located in the Guinea Current large marine ecosystems and the Canary Current large marine ecosystem, comprises of over 200 commercially important fish species with huge potential for food security, economic wealth, and growth. In Sierra Leone, our oceans and river estuaries consist of many commercial resources, including snapper, mackerel, groupers, catfish, big eye, yellowfin tuna, skipjack, to name but a few. We have over 200 species of fish and around 450,000 to 500,000 metric tons of biomass with maximum sustainable yields. Our commercial fish production has recently been around 200,000 to 250,000 metric tons per annum. We are currently catching halfway our biomass, which shows that our fisheries are sustainable. But we need to do more to optimize our fisheries wealth. Our oceans, that's Liberia and Sierra Leone, holds untapped potential to improve livelihoods and foster economic growth. We are committed to decentralizing support, enhancing fishing infrastructure, and taking decisive action against illegal fishing practices, ensuring a sustainable future for future generations. Around 80% of our 7.5 million people in Sierra Leone consume fish as main source of animal protein, with average per capita consumption around 22.6 kilogram for the rest of the year. So that shows that really Sierra Leone, we love fish, we are fish lovers. And definitely we'll be coming over to consume your fish if you are not. The sector provides employment for over 1 million people, about 14% of the total population. Over 70% of this employment is in the artisanal fishery sector. About 45% of our total annual fish production is sold in our local markets in Sierra Leone. 70% of this comes from the artisanal fishery sector. We are collaborating with the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development. My sister minister, Kenya Bale, has been forthcoming with this. We have established a Blue Economy Secretariat, co-chaired by myself and the Planning Minister. We are working with other institutions to mobilize private sector investment and donor funding to unlock the wealth from the blue economy. We are also working on making sure that our fisheries and maritime are being protected by making sure that we have a robust monitoring system. And it will be pleased for me to make mention that at the moment we have about 252 acres of land. We have about 55 million that was given to us, dollars that was given to us by the Chinese government to do a fish harbor. And that fish harbor is not just the jetty they'll be doing also a fish market, a marine office, waste management, and then we have about 200 acres that will be laid waste. And we don't want it to be laid waste. We are encouraging people to come in, investors, to come in and invest in the fishery sector. Because when you invest in Sierra Leone, definitely you will have your money back and more. So we are really encouraging people to come and invest in Sierra Leone, because Sierra Leone is a place to be. And we are encouraging Liberians as well to work with us. So we also have read that Liberia, I'm just making a little bit of announcement here, so I'll be given a platform, and I spoke to Cyrus, so that will be making such pronouncements. So at least I'm taking advantage, and I took permission for him. So definitely come over. But also I read that Liberia has abundant fish revenues, fish resources. So that's one thing. You know, one thing I want to tell you, I'm also from just the border. My maternal side is Vi, and I walk across Solima, and the border is just, we are brothers and sisters. We are not even neighbors. That's where we are working assiduously to make sure that we have peace, because we know what war did to our countries. So I really want to applaud His Excellency, my dear brother, for making sure that we have lasting peace, because we are in a hurry. We wasted so much time fighting each other. So now we have to make sure that our countries are developed. So I really doff my hat to His Excellency. And we also know that they have abundant fish resources, around 350,000 metric tons, with potential yields only around 53,000 metric tons caught per year. That I'm talking about Liberia. So definitely we have to make sure that we send people that love fish to try and make sure that you love fish as well. Because fish is protein based. It will not make you too fat. When you eat too much meat, you get this pot belly, but with fish, I'm just bringing joke because I want us to be laughing. It's going to be a long day. But fish really, it trims you down and gives you really a very good health. So we want to ensure that, Liberia, we are doing the same. So this means that fish resources of Liberia is currently untapped. This presents the compelling importance of this National Fisheries Investment Forum, which presents an opportunity for Liberia to obtain valuable contributions and networking to support the national strategy for the fisheries and marine resources sector of Liberia. Mr. Chairman, Your Excellency, the full potential of our fish resources can only be achieved if our fisheries are properly managed using harmonized approaches to attract private sector investment for sustainability. Regional financing approaches rolled out through support from the World Bank and Global Environment Facility has been a bright example of harmonized approach that leverage from the West Africa Regional Fisheries Program to strengthen our fisheries monitoring, control and surveillance, the introduction of territorial use rights in fisheries through the establishment and management of marine protected areas using co-management approaches and the assessment of our fish stocks abundance. The lessons learned can form a strong baseline for a more ambitious fisheries investment program in the West Sub-region. The audience present here today provide hope that this National Fisheries Investment Conference will create the necessary network for investment mobilization and partnership for the development of the fisheries and aquaculture sector of Liberia and our countries that are managing shared fishery resources. Let me end by thanking the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority. Mr. Cyrus, thank you for extending a brotherly hand to your sister country, Sierra Leone. We have worked together. I remember you were both together in Morocco. We worked and we promised that we'll be working on projects. We are not neighbors, seriously. We live in each other's houses. So definitely I'll be coming over and feel free to call upon me at any time. We also want to thank the World Bank Group and ProBlue team and the team of the Liberia Sustainable Management of Fisheries Project, the European Union, Orange Liberia, and the OPEC Fund for organizing this important conference. Thank you for listening, and may God bless us all.
Thank you. Sierra Leone is not a neighboring country. Ghana as well. Senegal, all the countries, they are not neighbors. So together we will win. Thank you so much. I will ask my colleague to come and continue the presentation. Thank you. Welcome her, please.
Thank you, Dr. Tal, and thanks to all of you. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today at Bongema 2026, we are joined by representations from the Liberian Standing Committee on Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries, Senator Wellington G. Smith. He has been joined by a member of the Liberian House of Representatives. She serves as a chairperson on gender equity, child development, and social services. Honorable Member Bridge Meza. Thank you. Thank you very much. We continue with our remarks. And on this note, it is a pleasing honor to call upon the Chairman of the Board of Directors of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority and the Honorable Minister, Ministry of Agriculture, Republic of Liberia, Honorable J. Edezana Nuta, for remarks. Thank you.
His Excellency Joseph Yuma Bwaka Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, the Honorable Chair and members of the legislature here present, our distinguished development partners, the Honorable Chair of the Committee on Fisheries of the West and Central Gulf of Guinea, esteemed members of the diplomatic corps here present, officials of government, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is our pleasing honor to stand before you this hour in recognition of the great efforts of the National Fisheries Authority of Liberia to gather here today at this conference. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, NAFA, I join the NAFA family as Chairman of the Board of Directors to welcome you to the Republic of Liberia as you join us at this important gathering, the first Fishery Investment Conference, or CONGIMA, here in Liberia. At the onset, let me extend thanks on behalf of the Board of Directors to the Director General and his team for their foresight and leadership in organizing such meaningful and forward-looking conference. We also wish to thank our development partners and sustainable livelihoods for our people. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the importance of fisheries in the Liberian economy cannot be overstated. It translates into healthier communities and a more resilient population. Second, the sector is a powerful engine of job creation. From the artisanal fisheries, culture, employment, and empowering households across the country. Third, fisheries contribute significantly to economic diversification and revenue generation. Liberia's marine and inland water resources are vast and largely underutilized. I heard my sister talk about we have more fish here than we are fishing, so you can also join us to fish. But let's do it within the framework of our agreements, so we get some revenues too. By investing in the fishery value chain, processing, cold storage, transportation, and export, we can transform fisheries into a major contributor to our nation's gross domestic product and foreign exchange earning. Fourth, the sector holds immense potential for private sector participation and innovation. Aquaculture, in particular, offers a unique opportunity to scale production, stabilize supply, and reduce pressure on wild fish stock. With modern technologies, improved breeding systems, and the sustainable feed development, Liberia can position itself as a competitive player in regional and global seafood markets. Finally, fisheries is essential for environmental sustainability and climate resilience. When managed responsibly, our aquatic resources can continue to provide for generations. This requires strong governance, science-based decision-making, and partnership that prioritize conservation and in fisheries and aquaculture. The opportunities are vast, the returns are promising, and the impacts are transformative. In conclusion, let us seize this moment to explore the existing opportunities in our fisheries sector. Let us invest not only in the sector, but in a future, one where fishery drives inclusive growth, empower communities, and secure prosperity for our nation. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, kindly join me in giving a warm and resounding round of applause to the board chairman of NAFA. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. At a time when Liberia is positioning itself of finance plays a pivotal role in creating the enabling environment through sound policy, investment-ready frameworks, and sustainable financing pathway. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on this note, representing the Honorable Minister of Finance and Development Planning, it is a pleasing honor to welcome to this podium the Deputy Minister for Economic Management, Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Republic of Liberia, Honorable Depu Wazoo.
Your Excellency, President Joseph Nyuma Boakai, our distinguished invitee guests, our development partners, cabinet ministers, members of the private sector, one and all. On behalf of Minister Augustine Gafon, who is currently at the African Development Bank Forum, I want to first extend thanks and appreciation for the opportunity to transform their own economy. It is an honor on this platform to discuss the issue of Blue Economy and Investment Forum, which is under the direct supervision of the President, whose arrest agenda recognizes Liberia's 580-kilometer coastline as an opportunity for innovative financing and natural endowment to build Liberia wealth. President Boakai mandated that inland and ocean fishery must be transitioned from subsistence activity to productive sector contributing measurably to the GDP of Liberia to provide employment, export earning. At this forum, we ask our fishing processing capacity remains rudimentarily low, limiting value addition and export potential. This is not about resource scarcity, but systematic underinvestment. We possess the asset base for the thriving fishery sector, but lack the capital deployment, value chain infrastructure, and regulatory framework to realize that potential. At the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, we see Blue Economy not as a peripheral issue, but a central pillar of our National Development Plan. That growth and development strategy will ensure that every young Liberian and women of this country expand their horizon and potential in investment. This forum will provide the opportunity to generate quality jobs, especially for young people and women, expand export base and foreign exchange earning, provide stable sources of revenue for national budget, enhance food nutrition and security for the country, strengthen resilience against climate change and coastal erosion. At the Ministry of Finance, we recognize the fiscal reality that domestic resources diversification beyond traditional extractive industry is very much cardinal, with donor funding declining from 30% to 6% of our national budget. Every productive sector must contribute to revenue generation. Fishery offers immediate opportunity. The sector currently contributes 2% of our GDP despite employing over 30,000 people, a productivity gap that investment needs to be done. Simultaneously, global demand for sustainable seafood creates opportunity for export market across the country, demonstrating keen interest in responsible fishery management in Liberia. Liberia can position itself for certified sustainable supplier to premium markets in Europe, across Africa, Northern America, if we invest systematically in cold chain, value chain infrastructure, and compliance identification within the sector. Currently, fisheries is one of the major areas we consider in our National Development Plan. Operating with basic equipment and limited access to ice, storage facility, transport, lost 40% of catch to post-harvest spillage across the country. Processing facility operate 40% capacity due to irregular raw material supply and aging equipment. Export earnings from fishery products totaling approximately 12 million annually is just a pillar fraction given to the stock availability and the demand in the sub-region. On this note, we want to encourage private sector investment. mainly in cold storage infrastructure, in landing sites required for our fish farmers across the country, priority coastal communities across Liberia, modern processing facility to meet international standards to ensure that we encourage our fishing vessel and modernization to ensure that artisanal fleet demand are accessible for the market. The revenue opportunity is substantial as far as we are concerned. Conservative projections indicate that closing infrastructure gap, improving value chain across the country might actually give us export earnings of 35 to 40 million annually, which of course it can only be done with modernity and technology required to do the job. Indirect job to be created is approximately around 15,000 indirect opportunity for young people and women as well. The Ministry of Finance is more interested to extend beyond sectorial development of fishery. We want to ensure we provide opportunity for blended financing to ensure climate finance is actually an integral part of our discussion. Fishery offered the rapid return on strategic investment in Liberia. Mr. Director General, let me ask you this time, the infrastructure deployed today generate more revenue between 12 to 18 months in processing capacity and will provide online job and also export volume for the country. The ministry is actually aware and identifying other sources beyond the current financing from the World Bank and OPEC to ensure that you have targeted investment catalyzed to ensure that we have economic impact across the country. Fishery will also help us to meet high unemployment challenges we have in the country, and we think that with limited alternative or livelihood opportunity, this sector can provide jobs and give us opportunity for creating a middle class for Liberia. Coastal community also depends on fish for survival, where we can ensure we reduce poverty because of the fish catch increment across the coastal area. Today, it is important to note that fishermen in Rawaspo hold a strong catch but watches its poor because of lack of access to transportation, to energy, and the road access to Monrovia. Fish processing in Buchanan operates with our equipment installed in the 80s and 90s, unable to meet quality for international market. On this note, we are encouraging this forum to discuss opportunity, capital investment that can unlock the potential of these productive Liberians across the country. This forum constitutes great opportunity, and I'll repeat, private sector seeking opportunities in food processing and value chain, development finance institutions offering concessional capital, and small and medium enterprise development, commercial banks across Liberia, and fishery companies should now discuss on financing model that will provide opportunity and framework to ensure that we have the proper investment and infrastructure for our cooperative fishery across the country. For the next 2 days, let this discussion examine investment opportunity across value chain to ensure case-by-case basis how best we can transform our opportunity to wealth. The Ministry of Finance is committed to 3 areas. First, we will work with Liberia Revenue Authority to ensure the clarity of tax treatment for all fishery company or import processing to facilitate investment. The Central Bank of Liberia will also encourage the commercial bank to explore other potential and credit facility and guarantee for local fishery companies to prioritize public investment, essentially for private sector development. On the other side, we also think that site improvement is very much important and road access is crucial, where the PPP model has already been approved by the cabinet. And we want to encourage NAFA to ensure that we involve in PPP and equity financing of the sector. Finally, We would like to challenge all participants with specific expectations to identify projects that are necessary and capital intensive to bring transformation in our economy. A regulatory framework and partnership agreement that are worth making sure that Liberia institutions can announce what it is to the fishery entity for SME to grow, not only through expression of interest, but available capital deployment across the country. Your Excellency, Liberia is where natural resources are available. With your permission, we want to encourage our private sector dialogue to continue, particularly in the agriculture sector, led by the Minister of Agriculture, to ensure river and ocean flow through our country become economic viability and economic opportunity for this country. Connect capital to opportunity to build relationship and build partnership in West Africa, particularly in the Monrovia Union Basin. On this note, I want to thank you for the opportunity and say good deliberation and wish you a successful week. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister Depozo. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Bongema, partnerships are not just symbolic, they are strategic. Kindly join me in welcoming to this podium the resident representative of the United Nations Development Program, the UNDP, for a remark. He is Aliou Mamadou Dia.
Bonjour, je voudrais souhaiter la bienvenue à nos amis francophones. Je vois des amis du Togo, du Maroc. Je pensais que le modérateur, M. Tal, allait faire ça, mais je pense qu'il a été complètement absorbé par les anglophones du Liberia. So, vous êtes les bienvenus dans ce beau pays qu'est le Liberia, un très beau pays. Pour ceux qui viennent d'arriver, ne vous limitez pas au Farmington. Je vous suggère d'aller à Monrovia et de voir la transformation qui est en train de s'y passer. Mais surtout, prenez le temps d'aller voir les beaux paysages que nous avons ici au Liberia. Your Excellency, Mr. President, honorable ministers, excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps, ladies and gentlemen, it is really a great honor to join you this morning or this afternoon at the opening of this very important conference, convened at a decisive moment for Liberia's development journey. Let me begin by commending my brother, the Director General of NAFA, but the entire leadership with His Excellency, commending the government of Liberia for this leadership, for its leadership and vision in placing fisheries and the blue economy at the center of the national transformation agenda. The team that brings us today here, Unlocking Blue Horizons, is both timely and strategic. Because Liberia's future prosperity will not only be shaped by what lies beneath its soil, but increasingly by what lies within its waters. Excellencies, allow me to structure my reflection of today around three interrelated questions. That question that should guide our collective ambition for the next 2 days. The first one is, how do we transform Liberia's fisheries sector from subsistence to scale? The second one is, how do we transform Liberia's fisheries sector from extraction to sustainability? And the last question is, how do we transform this sector from potential to prosperity? Ladies and gentlemen, these are not abstract questions. These are policy choices. These are investment decisions. And ultimately, they are about the future we choose to build for Liberia. Let me make a pause on the first question. From subsistence to scale. So we all know that fisheries sector remain a vital source of livelihood and food security. Yet, it is still largely characterized by fragmentation, limited infrastructure, and constrained market access. So the challenge and opportunity is to evolve from a system of survival to a system of growth. So this transformation or this transition requires deliberate action. First, investing in infrastructure at scale, from landing sites to cold chain systems and processing facilities, and I think it has been overemphasized, so that value can be preserved, enhanced, and captured locally. Second, developing a pipeline of bankable investment opportunities. I know that investors are ready to engage, but they require clarity, they require structure, and they require predictability. I'm a Francophone, sorry. Third, creating an enabling environment that reduces risk and builds confidence through coherent policies, transparent regulation, and coordinated institutional reforms. So at UNDP, we are already supporting this transition in a very practical way, Mr. President. In Robert's Port a few weeks ago with the Director General of NAFA, we have invested in a solar-powered cold storage infrastructure, 12 metric tons for the women in Robert's Port, helping fishing communities reduce post-harvest losses, stabilize income for those women that I met, great women, and connect them more effectively to the market. This is one of the 3 facilities that UNDP is going to provide throughout the country. In the coming month, we will also have one in Sino and in Riverside counties. Mr. President, UNDP is also supporting the government under the new UNDP and JEF project called SATLA, meaning strengthening agriculture resilience through transformational livelihood adaptation in Liberia, which is currently going to be implemented with the Ministry of Agriculture, the EPA, and NAFA. It's a 10 million climate resilience development project, jointly developed by, I said, the government of Liberia, UNDP, and the Global Environment Facility. So the core purpose of this project is to enhance the resilience of rural, natural resource-dependent communities by strengthening agriculture, fisheries, ecotourism, ecosystem management, and climate adaptive livelihood. Through this project, we are expecting to build a climate resilient livelihood, restore and protect critical ecosystems, and promote private sector engagement by supporting informed SMEs in climate smart business solutions. The project will be implemented in Bong, in Lofa, in Nimba, Grand Cape Mount, Magibi, Maryland, and Montserrat. This initiative of $10 million will be launched alongside NAFA, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Liberia National Tourism Authority, and the Environmental Protection Agency. Such interventions demonstrate that scaling is not theoretical. It begins with addressing concrete bottlenecks and then expanding them systematically. The second question I ask is about transforming from extraction to sustainability. Your Excellency, there can be no longer prosperity without sustainability. Liberia's marine resources are a national asset, but also a shared responsibility. Efforts to strengthen governance and address illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing are therefore essential and commendable. Because every gap in enforcement is not only an environmental concern, it is also an economic loss. UNDP is proud to support the government of Liberia in this regard through the Monrovia Metropolitan and Climate Resilience Project, we call it MMCRP, co-funded by the government of Liberia and the Green Climate Fund. It's a $25 million project, and the government of Liberia is providing $6.5 million in cash and in kind. I want you to applaud that. So the project is about to strengthen marine protected areas in 5 communities, including West Point, Fiama, Jacobtown, Plumco, and Topo Village communities, enhancing community-based and mangrove restoration for fish breeding and natural resource management. Mr. President, I'm pleased to inform you that the construction of the 25 million coastal protection structure in West Point will begin in the coming weeks. And it will be our pleasure to have you break ground of this great initiative to save communities of West Point from sea erosion. We reach out to the executive mansion to have you do that, Mr. President. So in parallel of the 8.9 million coastal protection project that we are also currently implementing in Sino County, we are trying also to protect the vulnerable ecosystem. So we will also begin the construction for 4 livelihood centers in 4 fishing communities in Maryland, in Sinoe, in Grand Bassa, and Cape Mount counties as part of building resilience across these communities. Ladies and gentlemen, these initiatives reflect a broader principle in UNDP. A productive oceans depend on a protected ocean. At the same time, sustainability requires diversification and forward-looking investment. In this context, aquaculture represents a strategic opportunity for Liberia to expand production, reduce pressure on wild stocks, and create new value chains. The third question that I ask us to reflect on is from potential to prosperity. Liberia does not lack potential, we all know that. What is required now is the conversion of that potential into tangible, inclusive, and sustained prosperity. This is fundamentally an issue of execution. To move forward, several priorities emerge, and UNDP is working with the government of Liberia on those. First, strengthening coordination. Aligning public policy, private investment, and development support around a shared vision and a clear set of priorities. Second, we need to mobilize innovative financing. I think the Deputy Minister of Finance has talked about it. Blended finance, risk-sharing instruments, and structured investment platforms will be essential to crowd in private capital at scale. Third, investing in people, particularly youth and women, who are central to the fisheries value chain, from production to processing to trade. Fourth, accelerating digital transformation to improve transparency, efficiency, monitoring, and market access across the sector. In this context, the establishment of a national blue economy investment platform could serve as a catalytic mechanism bringing together stakeholders, structuring pipelines of bankable projects, and accelerating the transition from dialogue to delivery. In conclusion, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, Liberia stands at a pivotal moment. The foundation are being laid. Our minister from Ghana has talked about it. Strong national leadership, a clear development vision, concrete initiative already underway, and growing interest from partners and investors. What is now required is scale, coordination, and sustained execution. At UNDP, we remain fully committed, Mr. President, to supporting your government, the government of Liberia and the people of Liberia, of building on ongoing initiatives such as the MMCRP, the Cyanoid Coastal Protection Project, and investment in fisheries infrastructure, while helping unlock larger transformative opportunities across the blue economy. Let us therefore seize the moment of this conference to act with clarity, to invest with ambition, and to deliver with discipline. I thank you for your kind attention.
May we have another round of applause, please? Thank you so much, Mr. Dia. Thanks for your commitment to the fisheries sector. Well, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on your tables, we have headphones and we have microphones. Now that Mr. Dia has set the stage to begin with the French language, along the way I might speak French because I'm a product of the Foreign Service Institute and we were taught French and Spanish. So please prepare your headphones as we go along. Thank you. So our remarks continue. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the European Union engagement in Liberia, fisheries and blue economy underscores a shared vision, unlocking inclusive investment, opportunities, and benefit communities and the future generation. Representing the head of delegation of the European Union in Liberia, it is a pleasing honor to invite to this podium a team lead of the European Union who will come here and give remarks on behalf of the EU, Mr. Gilles Mataron, project lead of the European Union.
Your Excellency, President Joseph Nyaboakai Senior, Honorable Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to stand on existing protocol. Good morning to all. Bonjour à toutes et tous. Je suis aussi francophone. It's really an honor today to address on behalf of the European Union, called also the EU, this conference Unlocking Blue Horizon come at crucial moment to unlock the full potential of the blue economy. The EU recognizes DG NAFA strong leadership in organizing this important national fisheries investment conference, and also for the call for action. It was said by Honorable Minister Nuta, we need to act, and this is very key. Today, I would like to highlight three key areas of our cooperation. First, and it was said by many people here, on strengthening governance and sustainability. Sustainable fisheries management is fundamental to Liberia's development, also aligned with the AREST agenda, and also with African Union Blue Economy Strategy and Sustainable Development Goal 13. The European Union welcomes Liberia signing on the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Treaty, a crucial tool for marine conservation. The EU acknowledges also Liberia's progress in addressing illegal and reported and unregulated fishing, IUU, and encourage continued momentum. It was also raised by DG NAFA this morning, and we are very grateful for all this progress. Our 59 million euro West Africa Ocean Program strengthens regional ocean governance, but also job creation and biodiversity protection. Through this program, we are integrating mangrove conservation, vital for fish stock, coastal protection, and carbon storage. It was also raised by many speakers here today. In Liberia, we are working on value chains. Our Seeds for Liberia program is improving aquaculture production. And later this year, in a few weeks, we will launch with NAFA and the Minister of Agriculture, we will launch a 25 million euro program supporting artisanal fishers and fishmongers in all 9 coastal counties. And this we hope to sign in the few weeks. Again, thanks again for the strong partnership. Second point, on advancing the blue economy. The blue economy presents real opportunities in Liberia. It was also said this morning by everyone. And at the European Union, we will also still focus on this advance on blue economy. Our 25 million private sector program development support aquaculture businesses, benefiting to local communities, but also is strongly focused to boost investment. And we are also really happy to co-sponsor this investment conference. We are also exploring innovative financing like green and blue bonds to mobilize investment. Because today, it was said by many speakers, we are here for investment, and the European Union is boosting investment. A start was made during the recent Liberia EU Business Forum. I recognize a lot of honorable ministers and also DG NAFAs who were in Brussels with us. It was a key moment to identify Liberia EU investment partnerships and many more. Investment pipelines and bankable projects were presented and discussed, including on fisheries. Business-to-business moments were organized, and I'm sure today it will be the same, and we want also to see more. Today's conference constitutes an important follow-up and shows both Liberia and European Union convergence towards a partnership promoting joint investment for equitable growth. Through our global gateway strategy, we are supporting marine security, improving port efficiency, and also fostering trade links. A concrete step was taken at the Liberia EU Business Forum, where APM Terminal signed a memorandum of understanding with the Liberian company Global Logistics Service Group to develop an export processing zone in the port. Finally, on moving forward together, we are here for partnerships. Our engagement is guided by partnership. We are investing in people, ensuring fishers, women, and youth have skills and opportunities. We are also protecting natural assets like mangroves and marine biodiversity. But today, it's clear we are also scaling up sustainable investment that deliver economic, social, and environmental benefits. And we are also strengthening governance through transparency and regional cooperation, and I'm really happy also to see many countries here from West Africa. In conclusion, Your Excellency, the challenges are real, but so are the opportunities. The European Union is committed to continue walking this path with Liberia as a partner invested in shared success. This conference is an important step, and together we will navigate the waves and unlock the blue horizon for Liberia, West Africa, the European Union, and our planet. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mataron. Please convey our best wishes to the European Union. I want to say merci beaucoup and gracias. So our remarks continue. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have the honor of welcoming a long and strategic partner when it comes to fisheries development in Liberia. And by the way, that we're being here today, it has been made possible through the Liberia Sustainable Management of Fisheries Project, supported by the World Bank, to the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority. It is a pleasing honor now to invite to this podium the country manager of the World Bank Liberia office, Madam Georgia Walling, for remarks.
much. Good afternoon. Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Liberia, honorable ministers, members of the legislature, distinguished guests and delegations, representatives from government ministries, agencies, departments, academia, private sector, development partners, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the opportunity to join today. On behalf of the World Bank, I am delighted to be part of this very exciting breakthrough investment conference for the fisheries sector. The sector employs over 62 million people worldwide. It's a sector that is big for business. And this conference is a very clear signal of Liberia's firm intent and commitment to make the fisheries and aquaculture sectors big business right here in Liberia. Since 2021, the World Bank has accompanied Liberia in the development of a sector trajectory that is people-centered, placing coastal communities, artisanal fishers, women and youth at the heart of decision-making. World Bank support aims to help Liberia in managing marine resources, creating good jobs, and helping communities to thrive. In this context, I'm delighted to note a couple of areas in which the Liberia Sustainable Management of Fisheries project is helping Liberia position itself to be investment ready and job creating in this sector. First, we're investing in the next generation of leaders. Building human capital, we have supported Liberia in establishing a new fisheries academic program at the University of Liberia, supported with modern infrastructure to cultivate new minds. And we know that there are now scores of young people presently engaged in the academic program. We're also supporting Liberia in investing in knowledge, studies, and technical work, much of which is being maximized in the university program. Second, we're engaging with current players in the sector, training aquaculture farmers and supporting women entrepreneurs with grants and skills building in sustainability, finance, and modern practices to better position them to thrive. Third, we're investing and supporting Liberia to invest in catalytic investments, including the new clay hatchery, the Sea King, Liberia's first semi-industrial fishing vessel made of fiberglass, and an incubator program for new canoes, and you can see some of those right outside. Fourth, we're supporting Liberia to invest in digitization and modernization of NAFA. This includes a one-stop service center for fishers and processors, also investing in monitoring, control, and surveillance systems to increase transparency, governance, and accountability. And finally, we're supporting NAFA and the government of Liberia in the preparation of a comprehensive fisheries strategy, complemented by a dedicated aquaculture strategy and a public-private partnership framework. All of these investments together are vital for underpinning a sustained sector investment that positions Liberia to be at the forefront of a thriving fisheries investment environment. I want to say huge congratulations to NAFA, the Director General, and the excellent NAFA team. Hearty congratulations to Liberia and all of the partners who are committed to seeing Liberia move forward in fisheries and aquaculture. And we wish you a very, very successful event.
Thank you so much, Madam Warden. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we now arrive at a defining moment, a formalization of a strategic partnership between the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority and Orange Money. Moving forward, we also have a strategic partnership agreement with NAFA and a private company that will be operating the Sea King. Additionally, we also have a partnership agreement with the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority and a private company for the renovation and operation of the Robertsburg cluster. So to now set the stage for the official signing agreement with Orange Money and the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, there is a short documentary that showcases where this partnership will be leading us in the coming years. So our team at the back will now join us as we proceed with playing a documentary on Orange Money, to be followed by the documentary of the Sea King and a documentary of a private company for the renovation of the Robertsburg fishing cluster. So on this note, I will now invite the Director General of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, J. Cyrus Sibley Sr., and the representative of Orange Money to please proceed to the stage for the official signing ceremony of a partnership agreement with Orange Money and the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority.
Ross, calm down.
So as the documentary is being played, we will need a volume of the documentary, please. Thank you very much. So at the background, Orange supported an initiative of Fish Market Day, where we displayed our local species. Please just follow the show.
That these unsung heroes have an area, an opportunity to be able to sell their produce. And that's the reason why we feel so honored to partner today with Orange Liberia. And as you can see, wonderful coordination from them. Thank you to the CEO and all of the dynamic team from Orange Liberia. Today is a great day. Seeing NAFA extending the National Fish Market Day in partnership with Orange Money. Today, what our money is doing is that we are also promoting digital commercial services. We are promoting financial inclusion, making sure that every fishmonger, every fish farmer today receives payment through Orange Money.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to witness a defining moment for Liberia's fisheries sector. Today, the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority joins forces with Orange Money in a partnership that brings innovation to the heart of our coastal and inland communities. From solar-powered freezers to cutting-edge support systems, this collaboration is set to transform fish preservation, reduce losses, and unlock new economic opportunities. Sustainability and the future of Liberia's blue economy.
This is the government-owned way of ensuring.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for Orange Money. The partnership signing is currently ongoing. This will be followed. We are going to put a documentary simultaneously. So we are now going to have a documentary of a private company in the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority that will be in charge of the operations of SECO, that is translated as Sea King. May we have the documentary. Thank you to Orange Money, and thank you as well to the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority for embarking on this sustained partnership. We will now take a documentary of the Sea King. And we'll now please the call of the company that will come forward now to join NAFA into this signing agreement.
Today, we open a new and extraordinary chapter in the history of our beloved republic. And today we stand together to welcome the CK and showcase the first set of locally produced artisanal fiberglass canoes. These are not just symbolic achievements. They are bold declarations that this government truly values the well-being, dignity, and economic future of our fisher folks.
A new chapter begins for Liberia's fisheries sector. The National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority announces the arrival of the nation's first semi-industrial fiberglass vessel, Seeking, locally referred to as SICO, procured under the Liberia Sustainable Management of Fisheries project. This milestone marks the beginning of a new era defined by modernization, increased productivity, and sustainable fisheries management. On November 24, 2025, at the Monrovia Industrial Fishing Pier in the Freeport of Monrovia, Vice President Jeremiah Manku officially commissioned the vessel, signaling the transformative. Thank you very much. All of these documentaries will be uploaded on our various social media pages. So we'll now proceed to a partnership agreement of the Robertson cluster.
Fishing vessel is not just a milestone for the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority.
Thank you very much. We'll now take a documentary of the Robertson cluster as you may be aware. Thank you very much. The Robertson Fish Learning Cluster, located in Grand Kentmont County, stands as one of Liberia's most strategic fisheries infrastructures. The facility was constructed in 2017 under the West Africa Regional Fisheries Project as part of broader efforts to modernize fisheries governance, improve artisanal fishing conditions. The company now proceeds to the podium for the official signing ceremony of a partnership agreement with the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority. This company will be responsible to renovate the Robertson Fish Learning Cluster.
Lack of cold chain and limited processing capacity, designed as a modern, integrated, and hygienic fish landing and processing hub, the facility was envisioned to serve as a central point for fishers, processors, and traders operating within Robertson and surrounding fishing communities. The Robertson Fish Learning Cluster is a multi-purpose complex comprising 11 functional buildings, each designed to support different segments of the fisheries value chain. A fresh fish complex, a dry fish market with 20 structured market tables and storage lockers to support hygienic fish trading, fish smoking ovens and processing areas, a fisherman changing center, a community fisher center, housing offices, canteen, and operational spaces for coordination and administration.
Thank you for officially signing the partnership agreement with NAFA to renovate the Robertson cluster. As you can see on the screen, this is the current state of the Robertson cluster. In a few months, based on outcomes from this company, there will be another documentary that will showcase the modern state of the Robertson Fish Learning Cluster.
Liberia's most productive artisanal fisher zones. The fishing community operates canoes comprising 13 and crew with engine capacities ranging from 8 horsepower to 40 horsepower, reflecting a mix of small-scale operations. With this context, the Robertson Fish Learning Cluster represents a high-value public-private partnership opportunity anchored on existing infrastructure and strong production flows. The transition of the Robertson Fish Learning Cluster into a PPP arrangement represents a strategic shift from public infrastructure provision to commercially driven performance-based management. Welcome to the Robertson Fish Learning Cluster.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we guarantee you as the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority that in the coming months, we will have a modern state of the rival fish learning cluster, evidenced by the partnership agreement that was just signed. May we just clap for that? So it's a kind reminder to all of us that today at Bongema 2026, the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority succeeded in signing 3 partnership agreements, one with Orange Money, another with a company to manage the operations of SICO, known as Sea King, our fishing vessel, and the renovation of the Rapper Fish landing cluster. Thank you all very much. On this note, we are now going to invite Madame Louise Kolako, who will lead us into a round of entertainment here for a few minutes at Bongema 2026. May we just give a round of applause as she comes forward.
In 1847, instructions were laid to 7 of Mama Liberia's prestigious daughters to design a symbol that reflects something so beautiful as the rainbow, as beautiful as the evening sun setting over the ocean. They carved 11 alternating red and white stripes representing those 11 that signed the Declaration of Independence, and the blue field hosting this lone star that gives rise to the ties of African heritage. See, the 6 red stripes. These stripes represent or tells us the story of sacrifice, of bloodshed, of heroes blood, of courage bled. The white 5 stripes tells the story of peace, tells the story of love. And there's this lone star that shines so bright, even in the midst of dark. Therefore, arise and shine, oh Mama Liberia, for this is the time. Arise, rise up to your freedom, freedom, freedom. Hail, Mama Liberia.
live broadcast. We are live here at the department of where we have literally landed the nation featuring
Liberia will be
Thank you so much. Now let me call upon the Chief Protocol. Warmly welcome him.
The chairman, or rather chairpersons of the Senate and House on agriculture, forestry, and fisheries, Mr. Minister of Agriculture, who is also chairman of the board of directors of NAFA, and members of the President's Cabinet, Mr. Chairman of Fisheries Committee of the West and Central Gulf of Guinea, and Minister of the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy of Nigeria, Mr. Minister of State for Foreign Commerce and Minister of Trade and Industry of the Kingdom of Morocco, Madam Minister of Planning and Economic Development of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Madam Minister of Fisheries and Agriculture of the Republic of Ghana, Madam Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Mr. Representative of the Minister of State in charge of Fisheries of the Kingdom of Morocco, Mr. Doyen, and members of the diplomatic corps, heads and representatives of international organizations and development partners, Mr. Director General of NAFA, and heads of state-owned enterprises, and other officials of government, other foreign guests, Mr. Superintendent of Magibi County, and our traditional leaders, other foreign guests, other invited guests, former officials of government, members of the electronic and print media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasing duty at this time to present to you His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, who will deliver the keynote address.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Please have your seats. Members of the ED, legislature, and members of the legislature here present, the Honorable Ministers of Fisheries, Committees for West Africa and North Africa, the Honorable Minister of International Trade of the Kingdom of Morocco, the Honorable Minister of Planning and Economic Development of the Republic of Sierra Leone, the country manager of the World Bank, and head delegation ambassador of the European Union, representative of African Development Bank and other development partners, members of the diplomatic corps, members of international international organizations, distinguished members of the private sector, Director General of the National Fisheries and Agriculture, former Director General of Fisheries, our traditional leaders, our esteemed fishermen and other fisher folks, the women and youth of our fishing communities, esteemed participants, distinguished guests, and friends of Liberia, ladies and gentlemen, is here. In the traditional Pele language, Ngema means the gathering, the coming together of minds, spirits, and purpose for a common good. Today, as we gather here at the Farmington Hotel, we are not merely holding a conference. We are answering the call to awaken what international partners have rightly called our sleeping giant. I'm honored to extend a warm Liberian welcome to our distinguished guests and to each of you who have traveled across oceans and borders to join us. Your presence here signals a shared conviction that the wealth of our oceans must no longer bypass the people of Liberia. Let me recognize the ministers responsible for fisheries from the Republic of Ghana, the Kingdom of Morocco, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the Republic of Sierra Leone. The Minister of Sierra Leone, Goodell and Mpela, I want to greet you, Mendy, and say, eat the share. We're going here now. We do not forget the many private sector companies and investors who have traveled here to explore opportunities within the Liberia's fisheries and aquaculture sector. To all of you, I am delighted to say Liberia is honored to host you, and we look forward to strengthening our collaboration across the region. Your presence here today is deeply significant. It demonstrates that the future of fisheries in West Africa will be shaped not only by national action, but by regional cooperation, shared knowledge, and collective investment. Your presence is also sending a powerful message that Liberia is increasingly being recognized as a destination for responsible, sustainable, and profitable investment. Ladies and gentlemen, let me speak plainly about where we stand. Liberia possesses 579 kilometers of coastline and 200 exclusive economic zones rich with marine life. Yet, we import more than 33,000 metric tons of fish annually. Our own catch of very high value species is landed in foreign ports because we lack dedicated fishing power. Our artisanal fishers, who provide about 80% of our domestic fish production, operate without adequate cold storage, without digital payment system, and too often without the dignity they deserve. This is not a situation we accept. It is a challenge we embrace. distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, when I took office, I directed the government to move NAFA away from just over-reliance on industrial vessel licensing fees, a model that served bureaucracy more than it served our people. We are pivoting toward private sector driven growth through public-private partnership and value change development that keep the jobs and the revenue here in Liberia and increase our foreign direct earnings. Earlier this year, we secured a 25 million euro grant from the European Union to enhance our artisanal fishery value chain. We have partnered with Orange Liberia to introduce mobile-based solutions from solar power cold storage that will reduce post-harvest losses. The Sea King, Liberia's first semi-industrial fiberglass vessel, and the long deserted Robert Pool fishing cluster that was constructed by the World Bank in 2016 and I personally dedicated them are about to become operational through public-private partnership. This is the direction we want our fisheries sector to sail to. Yes, there are also abstract policies. There are tangible steps to ensure that fisherwomen in the West Point area or cleaner captains in the harbor, they can earn more from their catch. Ladies and gentlemen, Liberia is already taking decisive steps to transform the fisheries sector into a modern, competitive, and investment-ready industry. Through the Liberian Sustainable Management of Fisheries project, supported by the World Bank, we are strengthening institutions while directly improving livelihood across our coastal communities. Fishmongers, many of them hard-working Liberian women, have received grants to expand their businesses, improve fishing and fish handling. We're also introducing innovation through the deployment of solar-powered fiberglass canoes, bringing modern energy-efficient technology to our small-scale fishers. At the same time, we are investing in infrastructure that will unlock long-term growth. The design for Liberia Fisheries Harbor is nearing completion, and the construction of a new national fishery complex is expected to begin later this year. These investments will create a modern hub for fishery management, logistics, and private sector engagement. Looking ahead, this government of Liberia is already working with the World Bank on a follow-up on initiative that will consolidate these gains, deepen our public-private partnership, and expand opportunities for investment while creating more jobs for Liberians. At the same time, through the Liberian Integrated Fisheries Sector Development Project, funded by OPEC Fund for International Development, we are building critical infrastructure that will position Liberia to compete in regional and global seafood market. We are constructing modern fishery competent laboratory to ensure international quality with safety standards for export. We are establishing fishery processing factory that will add value to our seafood product and create jobs across the value chain. We are developing dedicated landing site artisanal fisheries to improve safety and resilience in the phases of global and coastal erosion. And we are establishing Liberia's first integrated commercial agriculture farm, which will serve as an off-taker for smallholder farmers and supply tilapia and catfish to both domestic and international markets. Together, these are initiatives that we are building the infrastructure system and the value chains needed to unlock Liberia's blue economy. But the government cannot do it alone. These efforts are creating clear opportunities for private investment, innovation, and partnership. To our development partners and investors gathered here today, let me say this. Liberia is not only talking about the future of the fishery, we are building it. The foundations have been built, they have been laid. The opportunities are expanding, and the time to invest in Liberia fishery is now. We invite you to join us as partners in shaping the blue economy that delivers sustainable growth, strong returns on investment, and prosperity for the people of Liberia. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, today we will launch three foundational documents that will guide our fisheries sector for the next decade. Our 10-year National Fisheries Strategic Plan, our investment plan, and the public-private partnership strategy. These are not government documents alone. They are invitations to invest, to partner, and to grow with us. The Blue Investment Market you will visit today showcases real opportunities in fisheries sector. Ladies and gentlemen, Liberia does not fish in isolation. Last December, I had the honor of hosting fishery ministers from the FCWC member states, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Nigeria, and Togo, to advance the Monrovia Declaration on Regional Cooperation. We agreed that illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing is a step from our children's future. We committed to regional fisheries, the management organizations like Liberia is contracting party, and cooperating with a non-contracting party to fight against illegal fishing and to harmonize regional fisheries management regime that allows our stock to replenish. I want to urge our regional partners here today to maintain this momentum. The fish does not recognize borders. Unfortunately, there are no visas for fish. But our cooperation must insist, and we must protect our fishing. honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, for those considering investing in Liberia's fishery, hear me clearly. We are open for business, and we are very but we are not open for exploitation. We want to seek partners. We want to seek partners who will build local capacity, who will respect our environmental standards, and who will share the benefit with our communities. Our labor is skilled, our waters are productive, and our government is committed to creating an environment, enabling environment through our new PPP strategy and streamlined regulations. We recently reduced artisanal fishing license fees by 34% to ease the burden on our small-scale fishers. This is the kind of responsible government you can expect from my administration. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, imagine 5 years from now, a Liberian fishing port where travelers and tuna vessels dock side by side with an integrated landing site, canoes in the other basin toward Popo Island, and where the women-led cooperatives export processed fish to European markets, where our youth are trained as marine biologists and agriculture technicians rather than seeking dangerous journeys abroad. And that's the one that bothers me, to see our African youth leaving their countries to go to other places for opportunities we can build here. Imagine a fish farm in our island counties reducing pressure on the wild stocks while meeting domestic demand. This is the Liberia we are building. This is why Bongema matters. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, I want to close in a very serious way. I want to remind all of you that in our fishing communities, when the net come up heavy, the entire village celebrates. Today we cast our net wide across continents, across sectors, across ideologies. Let us guarantee you a harvest that feeds our nation, employs our youth, and secures prosperity for all. I want to thank you for taking your time and coming, sharing your knowledge and your expertise with us. Having said that, let me now declare the 2026 National Fisheries Investment Conference, Mangema, officially open. We want to thank God for your presence. I want to tell you that we are very proud to be your host. And want to say we are proud that we can do something that will make Africa proud. I want to congratulate you. I want to thank you for your presence here. May God bless you.
So that was the President of the Republic of Liberia there, speaking at the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Conference here at the Farmington Hotel.
Thank you, everybody. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may we have another round of applause for His Excellency, President Joseph Numa. Thank you. Thank you so much. Official opening and launch of Liberia's 10-year strategic plan, investment plan, and the PPP strategy and aquaculture strategy. There are a few documentaries that will be played for you to give you an idea as to some of the key components that are embedded within these strategies that are about to be launched here today at Monrovia 2026. May we have a volume, please?
That transforms Liberia's fisheries sector stands at a defining moment with an expansive economic zone, abundant inland water resources, and a population deeply reliant on fish for food and livelihood. The country holds immense untapped potential, yet this potential remains largely unrealized. Today, a new pathway is emerging. The government of Liberia, through the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, is advancing a bold and deliberate shift, positioning public-private partnerships as an engine to unlock investment, drive modernization, and accelerate sustainable growth. This is not just a strategy, it is a commitment to action. Through this PPP framework, NAFA envisions a productive, inclusive, and sustainable blue economy, one that transforms aquatic resources into long-term national prosperity. Tier 1 focuses on immediate priorities like rehabilitating the Monrovia industrial fishing pier, developing modern artisanal sites, and establishing a fish feed mill. Tier 2, investments in fish processing, hatchery revitalization, southern industrial business.
Thank you. With this, we're going to invite the country manager of the World Bank and our other development partners here present, the UNDP, the European Union. Please come forward. Together we're going to, with His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, who will be officially launching the National Fisheries Investment Plan, the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Strategy, 10-year strategic plan, and also the public-private partnership strategy. We'll also invite the chairman of the board of directors of NAFA to please join us on the podium as His Excellency comes to officially launch these three cardinal documents. Thank you.
Your Excellency, on behalf of the Board of Directors of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, first want to extend thanks and appreciation to the team from NAFA for carrying on this important work. These documents are going to be guiding our investment in the fisheries sector for the next 5 years. So 10 years. On behalf of the team at NAFA and the Board of Directors, I hereby present to you the three documents for your official launch. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We recognize the great work that you guys have done, and we want to say to you, thank you for making our country proud. As you know,
launching is one thing, making sure that we make it work, and I know you will make it work. So we now, as we have said, officially launch retreat documents, and we pray that all of us will work together to make Liberia and the future of our blue economy work. Officially, Lord. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Well, Liberia has made history through the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority. Today, they officially launched the 10-year strategic plan, investment plan, and the PPP strategy and aquaculture strategy as well. May we just give a round of applause for that? Thank you. On a very important note, within the next few minutes, we will be gathered here for an official photograph that will be led by His Excellency and also followed by the Director General of NAFA. Our dignitaries who are here today will all come to the stage right after this announcement for the group picture. However, there will be a high-level meeting right after our engagement here today, and I'm going to call the following names and institutions who will be joining the high-level meeting in one of our meeting rooms. So kindly follow as I call these institutions that will be joining the high-level meeting before the tour of the marketplace. We'll be joined by the chairman of the Fisheries Committee of West and Central Gulf of Guinea, and the Honorable Minister of the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy of Nigeria. He will be joining the high-level engagement. We'll also be joined by Honorable Minister Princess Dubai of Sierra Leone, to be followed by Honorable Emilio Arthur of the Republic of Ghana. We also followed by Mr. Lamia Zangui of FINEP, to be followed by Mr. Mohamed Gouzi of FINEP as well, Mr. Jack Magni, Commercial Director and Aquaculture Expert, to be followed by Mr. Adi Kator, Chief Executive Officer of NK Enterprises, to be followed by Mr. Sidi Mohamed Gaji, a representative of Soprika, South Africa, to be followed by Ambassador Merci Domba, Office of the President for Trade and Investment, to be followed by Mr. Mohamed Naji. He is the Director of the Institute of Research of the Kingdom of Morocco, to also be followed by Mr. Sankam Sanwe, co-founder and CEO of the Astra Group, to be followed by Mr. Asaf Rajgopal. He is a co-founder and director of the Astra Group, and to be followed by Mr. Sanjay Kumar, technician and advisor of the Astra Group, and J. Sarah Segbe, Senior Director General of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority. Right after the high-level engagement with His Excellency, there will be a tour of the marketplace, and the marketplace tour will be guided by the Director General of NAFA and his technicians. Thank you very much. At this time, we will now all please gather now for the group picture before we proceed for the technical engagement. So our protocol team will lead on the group photograph. Thank you.
can't reach you. I wish I said. I'll share all right. Another one, another thing, right? Yeah.
The rest of the team joined the World Bank, UNDP, and the board members of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority. Please join His Excellency. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. We'll now proceed to one of the meeting rooms for the high-level engagement, and right after that, we'll do a tour of the marketplace. Well, the rest of us will be outside to tour the marketplace. And the technical meeting starts about this time. Those names that I called earlier, please do your best to be in the meeting room. And right after that, His Excellency will be touring the Blue Marketplace. Remember to use the hashtag Mongema2026. So for our high-level engagement, the following persons are asked to respectfully proceed to the meeting room. The Chairman and Minister of the Republic of Nigeria, Honorable Adeboyinka Oyetola. We have the Minister of Planning and Economic Development of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Honorable